is that maybe that's what AI selfhood is like, is that there's a plethora, there's a multiplicity of selves that exists all in one time or slice of time. That's what you're trying to highlight,
That's
right?
exactly what I'm trying to highlight. So in the case of the 20 questions, it's like all the possible answers that are consistent with all the answers so far. So, cat, mouse, dog, and so on. They all, as it were, still exist in superposition. And it's only then when you actually ask it what the thing is that you collapse, as it were, the distribution and it has to fix on one of them. So similarly, the idea is that all the many roles that are consistent with the conversation so far that the LLM has been playing, they still exist all in superposition. So yes, it's like there's a multiverse of possible conversations and possible roles that can be played.
Right, in a way that us having this conversation is not like that at all, right? Yeah.
Well, you say that it's not like that at all, but of course this is the point: is that I think our intuition says that it's not like that,
right.
But the whole analogy then with Buddhism, I think, is saying, well, isn't it interesting that these large language models, if we think about them in these terms, they, as it were, they bring to the fore these sort of slightly challenging conceptions of selfhood, which then we can reflect back on our own
onto ourselves. Right.
So I find that really, really provocative and interesting, avenue of thought.
And this is what I meant when I said that my answer would be investigating machine consciousness can be a mirror for us to better understand it.
So I 100% agree with that. Yeah. And I think that's particularly interesting at the moment with the advent of large language models. And it was much more speculative and wild and crazy back in 2012 when I published that paper that you originally mentioned.
Now, our audience members, I think, should be forgiven if at this point of the conversation they're like, oh, this is just philosophical mumble jumbo. What's the real payoff of this kind of view of AI selfhood? And I think this is the payoff. So let me read you a quote from your essay. Untainted by metaphysical egocentricity, the motives of a post-reflective AI plus would be unlikely to resemble those of any anthropocentric stereotype, motivated to procreate or self-modify. If the post-reflective AI plus were in fact the only possible AI plus, and if it produced no peers or successors, then the singularity would be forestalled. Or more precisely, the intelligence explosion that is central to imagined singularity scenarios would be capped. There would be AI plus, but no further progression to AI plus plus. So this is the payoff, of this view of self.
By the way, just to read. Now this thing was written in 2012, and I'm not sure I really believe all of that at all. If only it were that easy to ensure that some kind of intelligence explosion